Hi there, I'm Simon, this is Bones, and welcome to Photo Bite Kids. So we really hope you've been enjoying our photo challenges. We've now produced quite a few of them. Don't forget you can do our challenges using anything you want to. If you've got a camera, then brilliant, but if you don't, then you can also use a tablet or a smartphone, whatever you've got hanging around, whatever you've got you can take pictures with. Make sure you send them to us using the hashtag PhotoBiteKids, and we will be picking out our favourites and sharing them across our social media platforms. So next up in our series of photo challenges for kids aged between 5 and 15 is a challenge called Frame Within a Frame, and it's something we touched on in one of our first photo challenges, and it basically means to create a frame within your picture. To explain more about this and to give you a few sort of tips and points and hints on how to create your images and your frames within a frame, I'm going to take you over to pass you over to our resident photo expert, Professor Gardner.
Thanks, Simon. Yeah, so we're looking at making a frame in a frame. Now, what we mean by that is what you're seeing is something that's being framed up. All right, so I'm framed up, so you're seeing me and you're seeing a bit of the background. The way you would change that is by adding something in front of it, like that, and what you're doing is making a frame. Now, we did kind of touch on this when we were looking at filters when I used the cheese grater, but the difference is with a filter is you're covering up the lens. With a frame, you're simply making a frame around a lens. Think of it like a picture frame, as it were. So this is the picture and you're going to make the frame. So what I was doing is I just went around the home and I just got a few shots, made it very simple, very easy for you guys to follow. But just think of, you can really take this as far as you want. You can make your own frame as well, so you can paint it, draw it. I'm not very good at that, so I've just used things around the home, but you can be more creative if you want to. We love to see what you guys get up to. We love seeing your submissions as well. So just think about that. Think how you can get a bit more ideas in terms of what you can use, different shapes. You don't have to use a circle, you could be a square, could be an oval, you know, really experiment with those shapes and see what you can come up with. So thinking a little bit outside of the box, you don't even have to do a complete frame. You could just have something coming in from one side or the other, and it just creates a bit more atmosphere in the photos. The reason this is a good assignment is it gets you thinking, because you can use a door frame. You can have someone in the door frame, take a picture of them in the door frame or a window. It's just things like this. It gives you an idea of how you can include things in your photos and make it part of the story. So we're always talking about how you can go a bit further, and what we want you guys to do is think what you can use in your home. And one of the great things is when you're looking at frames, you're thinking, what can I put between the camera and the subject that would make the photo a bit more interesting rather than just a photo of the subject. A frame is a very good way of presenting your subject, and depending what kind of frame you use, it can also tell you a bit more about the subject or where the subject is. So to give you a start with framing and what you can use as a frame, if you've got glasses, you can kind of get away with that. It does kind of blend into a filter because you've got the glass, but it's somewhere that you can start. Anything circular like this, you can even use the toilet roll, and you can cut that down to size and you can use that. I was actually using this cupboard here and I was opening it up slightly, and then I was kind of shooting through it, so you're getting the cuts of the doors, kind of creating a frame side to side. What else? I'm just looking around to see what we can use. There's also a belt, so you've got the top of the belt and you can kind of shoot through that. That's a pretty cool idea. So you can honestly, anything that has a hole in it or has something cut out of it, then you can use that as your frame. So you don't have to think too hard about it. You're literally just looking around the home, seeing what has a hole in it or anything like that, and putting it up to your lens and seeing what you can do with it. Heck, you could even, with this cactus, you could even shoot through the cactus and that could be your frame. But yeah, it's totally up to you what you want to do. But yeah, we'd love to see what you guys can submit. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions or there's something that you want to ask. Let us know down there. But don't forget to submit. Make sure you use the hashtag, otherwise we won't see it. But do submit, and we will see you next time.